Hello, welcome to Inkscape for Teachers again. In this short tutorial I'll be showing you how to create shaded regions when you're perhaps wanting to shade inequalities. Much the same as this diagram here. So I scroll down and the first step often is View Page Grid. You may need to set up the grid under Document Properties here by selecting Rectangular and New Grid and setting the spacing to 10 millimeters rather. But I've already done that. So I click the Rectangle and Squares tool and I've got Snap to Grid turned on, and you can select your size of the grid. Perhaps if I go 10 across and 10 down, you can check the dimensions here, 100 millimeters, 100 millimeters, yep. Okay, next thing is I might draw the axes on top of this. So I'll actually draw over this left hand bit. Let's say we want axes just for positive values for x and y. Click, click, and enter. I'll thicken that up a bit and put arrows on both ends and on this end. There we go. And selection tool. Okay. I'll get rid of the grid for now. View Page Grid. Actually no, I won't. I'll put it back and draw some linear graphs first using the Bezier pen tool. I can click, click and enter, and again thicken them up to, I'll use 0.7 generally. While that's selected, I'll shift click the colour and back to the Bezier pen tool. It was already selected. I can click, click and do another line, again thicken it up, perhaps change that to red, shift red, and so forth. Might be a vertical line, x equals 2 or whatever. Click, click, enter, thicken that up, and perhaps make that green, shift click green. So there we have some linear graphs. Now I might hide the grid, View Page Grid. And it might be that I wanted to shade everything less than this X value on the green one. So again, I get the Bezier pen tool and I've got to have an enclosed shape. So let's start there, click, click. Notice it snap into the cusp nodes or the corners, and I just work around until I get a red node and then click, and that's now a region. I can click with green to fill that, like just on the snapping tools. You can see, if I go back to the selection tools, these are the snapping tools. The master snapping is turned on, but this snap to cusp nodes is the key one here. Now you mightn't want that solid green, so under fill you can drop the opacity down. I use about a quarter or something like that, and that's quite handy because it lets you see the graphs underneath. You can send it to the back if you want it even clearer using this icon here. It doesn't seem to make too much difference there. Back to the Bezier pen tool. Let's say I wanted to shade above this line, the red line. I can again draw the region that I wish to shade. That's why I've got the square on the outside to help enclose those regions and define them. Click red for a fill and perhaps drop it down to about that. Once again, for the blue graph we might want to shade underneath that one. So again I mark out a region that represents the area underneath. Back to the red node and perhaps blue, drop down the opacity, and there we have it. So that's how to shade inequalities. If you want to change the line properties, you might click there. You can see that that marker is actually more than around the line, goes down to here, so I've actually selected the area. If you wanted to get the line and you can't seem to do it, hold in the Alt key and click again, and then it will select just the line. Alt helps you cycle through things that are on top of each other. So now I could perhaps go to Stroke Style and change that to a dashed line. So I won't show you how to use the text tool to label axes. I think you can probably do that, or refer to another video, or send me a message if you need to. But that's how to shade inequalities. Once again, thanks for watching.